Hello Pisces, welcome to the channel. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. And keep in mind, I only pick the top card. For me, that is the one that has the most amount of energy. That is simply the way I read. All right. Also, some people have asked, well, they haven't actually asked. There's some people that have complained. So a few people, when I shuffle, third-party situation. When I shuffle, I'm actually not contacting spirit or a spirit or any energy. This is just my higher self. If some of you want to read a bit more about me and what I do, just have a look at the website. There's quite a few things that I guess you could say I'm gifted in. Never thought I was before, but in my life, things have changed. Also, this card came out before over here. So whatever's meant to come out, it will. So what I'm trying to say is some people have actually said that Spirit has given those messages and I put the cards back, which means that I am not listening to the Spirit. No. This is me, my soul, my spirit. This is just me channeling myself. This is not me contacting any other beings or entities from a different higher dimension. This is just me. And I also wanted to mention that in the end of this type of reading that I have, at that point I do channel the angels, archangels. So that's the only channeling I do. All right. All right. So, oh my goodness gracious me, it is complicated. Pisces, what's going on? Holy crap, it's a shit show. It's ridiculous. I'm so sorry. Look at this. Like, whew. It's been a roller coaster. I really do not get this kind of combination, Pisces. You have here illusion, change, selfhood, embracing the shadow, shape-shifting, crisis, justice, death and rebirth. Then you have responsibility. I mean, out of all of these cards, and many of you view this regularly, like, do you see any happy-go-lucky cards, like sweet cards? These are all very complicated cards, each and every single one. Now, this is not exactly, Pisces, what you're feeling. Some of you maybe, you could be mirroring the other person. We do that. You could be exchanging energies. That is possible as well. So some of you may actually feel that this is your energy. However, keep in mind that I am looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. So this could be a relationship, situationship, simply somebody who you have exchanged glances with, and you know there's something special, but no one's speaking up. All right. You have your illusion, change, selfhood, embracing the shadow, shape-shifting, crisis, justice, death and rebirth. And you have responsibility under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. Keep in mind, this is a general love reading, so it may not resonate with everybody out there. Okay. My dear Pisces, I have been hiding long enough. I have kept my distance from you. I have been hiding behind a veil, wearing a false mask, partly because I have been very embarrassed. And I don't have the courage or the guts to actually reach out to you the way that you would like me to. Now I realize that it is time for a change. The way things have been over this time, this is not the way things should have been. Things need to change. If I want something different, if you want something different, then our connection really does need to elevate on a higher level. I see you now as somebody who has moved on, somebody who is more self-sufficient, independent, self-reliant. I don't see you as somebody who is very open anymore. And I understand that's because of what I did to you. You've moved on. You don't need me. You don't care. You're also very defensive. And how am I supposed to approach somebody who's defending themselves? I find this very difficult. And what I also find difficult is that this entire situation has now completely spiraled out of control. My ways were not right. They did not resonate with you. I was very compulsive, impulsive, and aggressive. And I expected you to embrace all of that. And I want you to embrace all of that because that is a part of who I am. I am someone who has a dark side. And not a lot of people have seen that dark side, Pisces. But I've shown you that dark side. This dark side that exists may seem to make me very distant. I may be with someone else. I may be doing something else, working on something else. But in the back of my mind, I'm always yearning and longing for you. You are always on my mind. And I find this to be overwhelming. I am overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed that the feeling that I get is that there's too many emotions, and I need time to sort these emotions out because these emotions are very overwhelming. Right now I can't really make up my mind. My mind is in a state of crisis. I don't really know where to go and what to do. And for that reason, I don't make a move at all. I stand still because I'm overwhelmed. In the connection that we've had, physically, materialistically, even emotionally, there has been a lack of balance. And I feel that balance needs to be restored in this connection. Everything that's happened between you and I, it seems as if I was just taking, and it was always my way. It was always me, me, me. And you always were that type of person that was bending over backwards, trying to accommodate me, trying to make me happy. But I realize now that that's not fair. It was very unjustified and very unfair. Certain things that I have said and done in this connection. And I do feel that in this connection there used to be a very rough road in the past. But going forward, I do feel that there will be a sweet and calm road ahead, not a bumpy road. I want to put to death all that happened before, and I want to have a rebirth of something new. Something with you. Overall, I want to take responsibility. Responsibility for the things that I've said and done. And taking responsibility for the things that I should have said but I never said. The actions that I should have taken but I never did. I just want to be a more responsible person going forward. Somebody who you can depend on. Someone who you can call on when you need help. I want to be that person in the future now who is dependable, reliable. Because before, I really wasn't. All right, Pisces. Very loaded cards. My goodness, each card is so heavy. For some of you, not all of you, okay? For some of you, there is a third-party situation with another person, an actual person. And for others of you, it could be a third-party situation, but keep in mind that third party doesn't necessarily mean another person. This could literally be somebody who has taken a course after hours, after school. I mean, something that is after work. They just can't give you the time, energy, and effort that they wanted to. This could be working on a project. Maybe somebody has some health issues. Maybe they're taking care of a loved one. Or over the weekends, they can't see you because they have to be with their children. It could be anything, but whatever it is, the gist of it is that their time, energy, and effort, they are unable to give this to you. The good side of this card is, however, that even though they are walking with this horse towards that direction, they are actually looking back, and you can see, well, if maybe you can see there's a wolf here. So they're looking back at this wolf that's headed towards a different direction. So even though they're in a direction with somebody else or doing something else, their mind is actually here towards you. That is how I interpret this card. Definitely not in the original pack. This is my interpretation of these cards are so different. But that's what I see. This is what I see, that for some of you, even if this person wants to be with you, it's like they're stuck. They have other, I guess you could say, responsibilities or like priorities. But it's something that they cannot let go of. It's not as if they can just, drop their bags and just go. They actually have something going on here that I would say is more important than the relationship for them. Okay, this is for them. This is what they feel. And it doesn't mean that you're not important. It just means that this person wants to give you that time. But what would happen if they only gave you 50% of the time, or maybe 30%? It wouldn't be good enough, right? You deserve much more than that. And so sometimes, especially the masculine energy, they only will do things when they know they can give it their 100%. If they can't, then it's just not worth it. Because it will really ruin the connection. So it's best to give it your best, 100%, or just not do it at all. There's some of you that might resonate with that, because that's what I see here. Eventually, I do see here, somebody here wants to take responsibility. So it does appear to be this person who wants to take responsibility. So some of you may have felt, I'm getting the words inconsistent, unreliable. This person may have been inconsistent and unreliable at some point in time. Okay, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. So this is anything that happened that really caused the problem in the first place. Something happened and okay. Let's have a look here. Oh, yikes. Third party indeed. Sacrifice. Somebody's not willing to make that sacrifice. Oh dear. There's many of you out there, and this will resonate with many people on many different levels. Sacrifice could be, you know, I don't want to leave my job. I've been working for years, and I will not leave my job just to be with you in a completely different state, right? Or province. For others of you, this could literally be, I cannot sacrifice my wife at home because you're my side chick. I can't do that. For some of you, that might be in a situation where you're dating a divorced man or a man who's separated or in separation. Please visit my other YouTube channel, which is Asnointia Audio, and have a look at 2 of the most latest videos that I've uploaded. It's about dating emotionally unavailable men, but also specifically there's one on dating a divorced man as well as a man who is just separated. This will probably resonate a lot with those of you if you have a look at those videos. I created those just to provide more clarity as to what goes on in the back of those people's minds. That's the way the average masculine energy feels, and that's what I have read through many of the readings that I do for people. I've noticed certain trends and patterns and very common behavior. So there's an issue here where we have sacrifice and we have the 4 of arrows. These are not really, they're very complicated cards. They're not good cards. So let's have a look at sacrifice. I'm just going to read through that first. All right. So this person is feeling unable to make a sacrifice that the situation requires, creating difficulties for oneself. They were caught between worlds. They knew that they they knew that they had to make a short-term sacrifice to reach a long-awaited goal. They were taking care of other people's needs instead of focusing on their own personal interest. They were gaining compassion from difficult experiences. So have a look at how that resonates for some of you out there. Turn the recording back, hear it, because those are really strong words. And this may resonate for many of you that find yourself not being able to deal with a person at this point who's this person's not making a choice. And that is something that happened. There was an issue with making a choice between you and someone else, or between you and something else. Here we have also the 4 of arrows. The 4 of arrows here talks about healing, introspection, and isolation. This person had forced themselves into isolation, into loneliness, because they needed to have a more detached viewpoint of problems. They needed time to heal and rest. They needed peace after emotional disappointment. And they were trying to detach from the everyday world to regain balance. Now, this is something, Pisces, that happened in the past. Now, for some of you, this could still be happening right now. But if you wanted to know the reason why this person behaved the way that they did, if they didn't tell you, this is most likely what happened. All right. This is the reason why the situation went kind of downhill, became sour. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot deck. So I'm going to have a look at any actions, any intentions that this person has towards you. Oh boy. 7 of Wands. I'm getting a vision right now, and the vision is showing me a man and a woman in an argument, and the woman suspects something about the man. She's pointing at him and she's telling him, like, she knows what he's doing. Where were you that night, etc., etc. Like, this is something that she knows, she suspects, and she's questioning him. Wow, Pisces. I must say this is very, very much a third party kind of situation. There's external forces here that are causing problems. This could also literally be people who are jealous, people who are upset, that are trying to create a problem between the both of you. Now, the first card, the strongest, we have here the Seven of Wands. This person is going through a lot, and they're literally defending themselves. They're finding a lot of struggle. They're defending themselves, but they also have a lot of, like, there's this distrust. There's a lack of trust. There's a lack of faith in this connection. So they really need, what I guess you could say, pick their battles. They don't know what it is that they have to choose, but they know that in order to be with you, there's too many thorns, and they have to get rid of those thorns in order to be able to hold that rose. Too much bad blood, too much friction has happened in this connection over time. Now, you also have here the Fool card, which is pretty nice, but keep in mind the Fool card is an individual who is foolish. This is somebody who may be immature. This is somebody who takes action first and thinks later. The problem with that is this person is very impulsive. Remember, you also had Embracing the Shadow earlier, which is more of an impulsive nature. So this person, may be very quick. They may be very impulsive and compulsive. The problem is that, sure, they can take a leap of faith, but what's the use? Because as soon as they start, they didn't really think about it long and hard. Their decision might just change after some time. Their decision might just change after some time. That's what I'm trying to say. So you remember you just had the Four of Swords, or the Four of Arrows, was it? What was it? You guys remember you just had something, right? Darn rats. Yeah, it was the Four of Arrows. Okay. So you had the Four of Arrows. This talks about healing, introspection, staying away from the world, trying to focus on things. Well, here you have the Hermit. This person is still doing the same thing. They are trying to become wiser. So whatever they did, Pisces, this person that you're dealing with, it was all about what they felt in the moment, like in the heat of the moment. And like I said, very impulsive, not really thinking about the consequences, not really thinking about, how are we going to see each other tomorrow, or where is this headed? The Hermit card talks about this person wanting to take some time out. Once again, just like the other card I read, the Four of Arrows. And this person wants to take time out. They want to stay away from the world. They want to focus on themselves. They want to find out why they behaved the way that they did. Why do they continue like this? How do they fix themselves? So they're trying to heal. They're trying to become a bit wiser, but they can only do that if they start to isolate themselves from the rest of the world. They need to take time out and be somewhere else in order to think clearly. Now, unfortunately, here we have the Eight of Swords. So this person, it's not that they realize that they are in this situation, it's that they are in this situation. So Pisces, the person that you're dealing with may try to reach out to you, but there's problems here. There's a huge problem. They're blindfolded. They can't see anything. They can't hear anything. Their hands are tied. Their arms, their legs, their feet are tied. They're surrounded by swords, which causes a barrier, restrictions, constraints. They can't move beyond that. They don't have freedom. Somebody in the distance is watching them like a hawk. It's like they're a prisoner. And yes, for a small portion of you, this could be somebody who is in a long-term committed relationship. They want to have a third party situation, but the person at home basically is dominating the situation. And for whatever reason, they just can't move forward because they feel stuck. They feel tied down. Pisces, this person constantly thinks about the past. Both of you have shared some sweet memories. And this person does go back in time and they think. I'm seeing when they lie down at night with their head on their pillow, they think about you. Not on their side, but they just stare at the ceiling. They just think about you. Actually, literally, I see a person lying down with their left hand or right hand. No, it's the right. It's the right hand. You know how sometimes you sleep and you put your hand over your forehead, so like your forearm, I guess, is on top of your forehead, where your hand is almost by your ear. I don't know if you people know what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm seeing right now. This person's really relaxed, and they're thinking about you. But what are they thinking about? They're not thinking about how much struggle there is right now, but they're actually remembering and reminiscing these beautiful, sweet memories. The first time you glanced, the first time you touched, the first kiss, the first date, the first time you held hands. Just the smallest, sweetest, most innocent things that started right in the beginning. That's kind of what this person is thinking about. They also feel that somehow there is a spiritual connection here. They feel that you are their special person, you are their soulmate. This is what they're feeling. It's a very sweet card, but it's almost sad here because this person has only memories that they can hold on to. It's actually really sad. I don't see this person making any moves. As you can see, this is struggle. This is a leap of faith, but it's really headed nowhere right now because this person still is in hermit mode. And they're also very restricted. So what are they doing, Pisces? Their intentions are there. They're not really planning anything right now either. But in their mind, the intentions are there where there is a lot of love for the things that have happened in the past between the both of you. It's sweet, but it is sad because they are stuck in whatever situation they're in. They are totally stuck. And they don't feel, it's almost like they don't feel smart enough to be with you, but smart in the sense that like they don't know a lot about relationships, about long-term committed relationships. And they feel that you have that kind of like that talent, like you know more about this kind of stuff. They realize this, they recognize this. All right, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this connection. All right. Just going to do a quick prayer. Oopsies. Okay. I don't do reversals. So you have here, you're ready. And then you have take action. Ooh. Followed by romance. So Pisces, remember how this person had that Six of Cups and they were feeling like it might be a soulmate connection? Well, this card indicates that it is a past life spiritual connection. So yes, you could be soulmates, karmic partners, or maybe even twin flames. Maybe even more than that. There are other types of connections. Oh my, okay. Many of you have doubt because so much has happened that's been so negative. Some of you have doubt about certain things in this connection. Improving health. So So here's what the angels are telling you. They're telling you that you're ready to take on whatever comes to you in this connection. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, you are strong enough and you're ready to take action in terms of love and romance. They do wish for you to stay positive. They do want you to stay and remain positive. That will attract a lot of positive energy. For some of you that want to get rid of negative energy in order to stay positive, do have a look at my website. I have something called a Holy Light Package that will help you maintain positivity in your life and get rid of negative energy. We also have here a timeline. Within the next few weeks, trust in the Christ consciousness and your health will improve. It's a very strong message. So here within the next few weeks or months, it is important that for many of the things here, not just the health, it's important for you. And in this card and the way I read, I only deal with the Christ consciousness and with his Father. That is what I deal with. That's the way I read. That's who I am. So please don't mind if many of you have, I know, from other religions. I'm married to a guy that's a Hindu. So don't mind me saying that, okay? Here we have the Christ consciousness in this card. It does say trust that. And from there you can call upon Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel to also help you and to guide you throughout the entire situation. So if you feel you're not ready, you will end up asking certain questions and you'll receive answers. These answers will come to you intuitively, usually through your own higher intuitive self, or messages that you may see or hear. Whatever happens, whoever it's meant for, that person understands it. Here we also have improving health. Now my goodness, I remember the first set of cards, right? It's huge. There's so many rough kind of cards there. So I can only imagine that many of you have had health-related issues. Literally, like mentally, physically, mentally falls under psychologically, but there's been issues here. I'm seeing the words anxiety, stress, depression, and there's various levels of depression. So whatever happened in this connection, for some of you, it created health problems, and for some of you, it added on to the other problems that you already had. So they are indicating here that, there is going to be an improvement in your health. Now, this is very much related to one of the packages I have, the Chakra Checkup package. That is, I guess you could say, an all-inclusive package where I look into your body, your home, as well as your aura around you to see how many negative energies you have and what types. I teach you how to get rid of them. But when you get rid of that too, it helps in the flow of energy. So your chakras are associated to your bodily functions. And it is important to heal them. My methods are not like the typical yogi's methods. The principles are the same, but my methods are slightly different. Ultimately, you're going to receive an opportunity here, Pisces. This is good. This is abundance from the universe. Opportunities could literally be financial as well as romantic, because you do have the romance card here, and it's a romance reading. So focus on being positive. Start taking care of your health. And of course, if some of you feel that you've just been ignoring your health, I do recommend that you go see a doctor. Okay, a Western medical professional who's licensed. Doesn't have to be Western, but holistic is okay too, but that's totally up to you guys, whoever your doctor is. But it's just, don't keep it to yourself. If you feel like there's some health-related issues, it's important that you go and get yourself checked. Ultimately, what I've seen and what I've experienced with the angels and with the messages from God sometimes is it truly doesn't matter, by hook or by crook, how you live, as long as you live. That's what's important. So either if you do it through prayers or you go to the doctor, if you do prayers and the doctor, Doesn't matter what method, as long as you have something that you are using in order to try to make it work. Life is very precious. For some people, I know how it is. We don't even want to live. But that is something that others would only wish for. And since you have it, you need to make the most of whatever you have, no matter what your circumstances are. Staying healthy is important. So for some of you that may have been kind of neglecting it, and it doesn't even have to be like your physical body, right? Like just, I'm getting the word nurturing right now. Just kind of like pampering yourself, just taking care of yourself. Even if it's, once a week, but just do something that'll de-stress you. Because I'm seeing here the words nurturing. It's like you just don't have patience for yourself anymore. You're just so busy, busy, busy. This is just some type of message here for a few of you I'm getting. It's not like 100% health related, but it's just like, hey, take a step back and de-stress. That's important. You'll feel better. The energy field around you will also become stronger. And with that, you can also start to become more positive too. It helps. All right, Pisces. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situation. It does appear like this person is definitely stuck in a rut. They just don't know what to do. They're trying, but like the Eight of Swords, there's just so many restrictions here. For now, I would say start to focus on yourself, because whatever this person is going to do, it's going to take a hell of a long time. They have too much growing up to do. They have too much time. Well, not too much time, but it's going to take too much time for them to become wise. Like that time is going to take a while because they're already a fool, right? You're migrating from a fool to someone who's wise. So that's in between. You have the Hermit card. So that is the tough one, because this person needs to learn a few lessons in life. Literally how to be a person who's responsible. They'll eventually get there. They're trying to do that. But don't just dwell on that. Start to focus on yourself a little bit. And that's your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situations. Let me know in the comments below if this resonated with anyone. All right, Pisces. You all take care and stay safe. Bye now.